Cherie Hanson here. I am putting this video up on my YouTube channel just to share with you some of my current discoveries and thoughts and meanderings mentally. My goal is to be in a place where the struggles that I'm in, or the conflicts that I'm in, the ego work that I'm doing, can somehow make your journey just a little bit quicker and not quite so much of a struggle. And I would like to thank you very much for coming on and watching my video. I really appreciate that. Also, I would ask that you subscribe if you found a video helpful, if it short-circuited your time of swimming in the morass of mud that we get into in our minds. Share it with friends, because the quickest way out is if we help one another. What I was thinking about today was very interesting. A picture came up in my mind of the Buddhist group that I was lucky enough to be part of in my city of Kelowna. The monk drove from Vancouver and sat with us and had meditations. And if I had known then what I knew now, I would have thanked him profusely, because the lessons that he brought and the practice that he brought into my life made it so much easier for me to go through the last 3 years. What I was thinking about today was this wonderful meditation that he taught us, which was to go down into our bodies and do deep breathing and think about someone that just radiated love for us. So you think of them and you think of their smile and you think of how you feel about them. And for me, it was the granddaughter who had been born to me at that time. And I thought of her smile and I could feel my body just growing soft. I could feel my spirit just getting into a place where it was unfettered, where I could just sit in love and I could just feel the miracle of her existence. And as we sat, focused on the one person that was very easy for us to love, he had us extend our light beam of love. It's like you put a spotlight on this one person, and they're on stage, and then they sort of dance and they make your heart dance. And then the next step was for him to ask us to extend the light, so it's not a one person spotlight. So you think of another person that you can take that level. Now you've leveled up and you can feel the warmth and you can feel the power of it. Extend that to another person. And as we sat there, we were breathing deeply and we were learning how to widen our ray of love to other people. So it came to a place where you felt that beam of love, that sweep of love for your neighbors, for people you worked with, even for relatives that you had had conflicts with in the past, because you were already revved up into this high vibration of love energy. And now it was easier to take that out into the world because you'd been softened up for it. The thing that happened next was we were asked to extend it as far as we could. So I thought this was fascinating because we talked about it afterwards. And our capacity for extending our beam of love was very different from one person to another. You get to a certain point and then you couldn't visualize loving somebody. So there came to be a boundary for this flow of love. And I was thinking today about what I see happening in the Ukraine. 1 million people are now on the road without possessions, without a house, and having no idea of what's going to happen to them next. And I thought, this is kind of brilliant, because many of us were not focusing our beam of love on people of a different religion, people who were Islamic and were being bombed and were refugees, or people who were in the Palestine situation, and we choose a side we're going to love and we can't love the other side. And what we're coming to now, I think what's happening on the face of the earth, is the same meditation practice that that beautiful monk gave us as we sat in that old church. And that is, if you can love people who are Caucasian, blue-eyed, blonde-haired, that look like you or look like your ancestors, you can take that love. And now what has happened is people are suddenly aware that there are 5 million people on the face of the earth who are trying to keep their children alive tonight because they're camped under a tarp someplace where it's freezing, and they don't have food, and they don't have water, and they have no guarantee of what's going to happen next. So we sit and we begin to see how we can expand our love energy. How, when we get to a place where we are deeply emotionally connected to another person, or to 5 other people, or to 1 million people on the road, we can now take that superpower and spread it wide, 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 so that we can start to see how to be compassionate to all people who have had their human rights denied. And this is my hope. This is my hope for what's going on right now. This is my hope that we will stop thinking, not me, I'm not like this person. They eat different food. They worship differently. They speak a different language. They have a different skin color, which is 0.5 millimeters thick. That's it. So therefore, I can't identify with them, and I can't advocate for them, and I won't send human aid to them through the aid agency so that their children can stay alive. Because in my mind, I have a boundary, and the boundary is not me. These people are not like me. Therefore, I cannot hold compassion for them. And I think that's falling away in my heart. I'm holding that. Maybe through this whole thing, we are learning how to stay in love with other people. It isn't they are like me, they are not like me. It is that all the people on the face of the earth are like me, and they deserve compassion and social justice. Are we getting there? I'm hoping that's the end of this journey. Thank you so much. If you know somebody who would like a life coaching session from me, please have them contact me, because I am very good at settling people down and getting them to a place where they can work forward in their lives, and become just somebody that has so much more power because they're not terrified of everything that's coming. It's somebody who's a really, really, really good kayaker on white water. And I can help you with that. Thank you so much.